For years, he was an electrifying figure in Jamaican dancehall, fearless, lyrical, and unapologetically raw. Born Desmond Ballantyne, the world came to know him as Ninja Man, a clash champion, cultural force, and one of dancehall's most controversial icons. But in 2017, the career of this legendary DJ took a dramatic and irreversible turn. This is the story of Ninja Man's incarceration, the case, the conviction, and the consequences. Ninja Man was no stranger to controversy long before his conviction. Throughout the 1990s and 2000s, his name often surfaced in headlines tied to legal disputes and allegations. While many artists navigated public scrutiny, Ninja Man's rebellious persona sometimes blurred the line between stage theatrics and real-life tension. But one case would follow him for decades, a case that would ultimately define the latter part of his life. In 2009, a fatal shooting occurred in Kingston, Jamaica. Authorities charged Ninja Man, along with his son and another man, in connection with the incident. The allegations were serious, and the case immediately drew national attention. Ninja Man maintained his innocence. The legal process, however, would move slowly, stretching across years filled with court appearances, adjournments, and mounting public speculation. For nearly 8 years, the case remained active in Jamaica's court system. During this period, Ninja Man continued to perform and record music. To fans, he was still the Don Gorgon, still commanding stages with the same aggressive energy that built his reputation. But behind the scenes, the legal cloud never disappeared. The delay in proceedings became a talking point, highlighting broader concerns about how long major criminal cases can take to reach resolution in Jamaica. In late 2017, the long-awaited trial finally moved forward in the Supreme Court of Jamaica. Over several weeks, prosecutors presented evidence tying Ninja Man and his co-accused to the 2009 killing. The defense challenged the credibility of witnesses and the interpretation of evidence. The courtroom became the final battleground, not a sound clash stage, but a legal arena where reputation meant nothing and only facts mattered. In November 2017, the jury delivered its decision. Ninja Man was found guilty of murder. The ruling sent shockwaves through Jamaica's music community. For many fans, it was hard to separate the entertainer from the man standing before the court. In December 2017, he was sentenced to life imprisonment with a minimum term to be served before parole eligibility. A dominant voice in dancehall was suddenly silenced. Ninja Man's incarceration left a noticeable void. He wasn't just another artist. He was a pioneer of lyrical confrontation, stage theatrics, and hardcore DJ culture. His clashes with other artists helped define an era of dancehall that prized verbal skill and dominance. Younger artists had studied his style. Some built their careers imitating his aggressive cadence and commanding delivery. His absence marked the end of a chapter in Jamaican music history. Since his conviction, Ninja Man has remained incarcerated. Public updates have been limited, though occasional statements from family members and supporters have surfaced over the years. Supporters continue to advocate on his behalf, while others view the case as a reminder that fame does not place anyone above the law. The debate around his legacy remains divided. Ninja Man's story forces difficult questions. Can artistic influence exist separately from personal accountability? How should history remember cultural figures whose lives end in tragedy? And what does justice look like when the accused is a national icon? For some, he will always be the Don Gorgon, a clash master and lyrical legend. For others, his conviction defines his final chapter. What remains undeniable is his impact on dancehall music and the lasting consequences of the 2017 verdict. From stage dominance to a life sentence, Ninja Man's journey is one of talent, controversy, and consequence. His rise shaped dancehall, His fall reshaped his legacy, and his incarceration remains one of the most significant legal moments in Jamaican music history.